Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Cherie. I hope everybody's doing well. Today I'm going to be doing another junk journaling process video, and I'm going to be working on my challenges that I have set up for myself. So this is number 4, and basically the challenges are a list of 6 items, so it's 5 plus a bonus to use in a spread. And so today's items are a piece of fabric, and then these are my little fabric scrap bins that I have in bags. So I have a little container of scraps of fabric, and that stays on my desk, and then I also have a little Ziploc bag that's got fabric under my desk right by my feet that I can just reach and grab. Oh, and I wanted to show this piece to you because I just love it. It's so pretty. It's these cute little dainty little flowers. So a piece of fabric, or just fabric in general, an animal element, excuse me, which is what I'm showing you here, a stitched element, and a doily, a printed doily, something blue, and a tag. So here I'm just showing you my little case of embroidery floss and patterns that you can poke out and use. So I just went ahead and pulled them out in case I decided to use them. And I also have a little pack of K&Co metal charms, I think they are, or metal embellishments. So I went ahead and I picked this page here in my journal. It's right in the center of my journal, and I liked it because it gave me a lot of surface area to use. And I actually, in this spread, I don't do a ton of decorating like I normally do. I mean, I do some, but the decorating that I did do took quite a bit of time. So, and then this is just a little envelope, a junk mail envelope with the window that I had made in a previous video a while ago, and I decided to go ahead and use it too because it has a little illustration of a girl and her dog. So my photos are of my daughter and a puppy that my in-laws just got. His name is Hashtag. And then these are the 2 doilies that I picked out. I really like them a lot, and I wasn't quite sure which one I was going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and decided to go ahead and back these photos on just some plain cardstock because I want to create a fabric frame for both of these photos. So I will speed this up, and I cut some of it out because it took me a long time to do. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling little pieces of scraps from my little bins that I showed you, and I'm just going to basically glue them on my photo as a frame. And some of them I'm tearing and some I am cutting. And this is something that I saw Sheila Toro do, and I absolutely loved it. And I've done it before in the past, and every time it's so much fun, and I wish I would think to do it more often. So that's one of the reasons why I really like doing these challenges, is because it's challenged me to use things that I don't normally use. I mean, I do use a lot of them, but you know, there's some things that are, I try to pick some things that are a little different or out of my norm. So I just use the same type of fabric for each photo so they match. They're just in different spots. And I really like how it turned out. And then I'm going to go ahead and just place them on my page to see if I like how they look. And I decided that they needed a little something extra. Just something to make them pop off the page just a little bit more. So I went ahead and I just pulled my sewing machine over. And I'm just going to stitch a little border around the photos. And I think I show you a close-up. And there you go. So it's a good way to use some of your little bits of fabric that you don't throw away if you're like me and save everything. So now I'm like looking at it and I want to do something else. So I went ahead and I pulled out some blue floss to use for part of my blue element, as far as use something blue. And I'm just poking just a little square, couple of little squares on these photos so that I can just hand stitch a couple little X's. I had started to do French knots, but I'm just now learning how to do them, and I decided just to go with the X's and not fuss with the knots, because I had already been there for a while. So now I'm working with this little vintage Sally Dick and Jane page, and it's super cute, and I decided to use this because it does have, on the back side you can see it's all scribbled, so it works good. Plus it's a little girl playing with the puppy, and it just kind of goes with my little theme I got going on here. So if you don't, I mean, as far as your animal element goes, you can do any type. Like, I mean, if it's a photo or book illustration or a stamp, or maybe you've got some paper that's got animals on it, or washi tape that's got animals, just, you know, you're not limited, just whatever your little heart's desire. So I went ahead and very clumsily tore my washi tape and messed it all up, but I wasn't going to waste it, so I'm still using my wonky torn pieces. And I put this little envelope on this ledger paper here to make it flip out. And I really like how that looks. And then these are just the 2 extra photos. So they're the same photos, only they're in color, of my daughter and my in-laws' new puppy. And then I went with this linen, and I'm not sure whose shop it's from. It's really beautiful. I wish I knew so I could tell you, but if I was to guess, I would say either Little Bindy or Willow Bound Journals or Cover to Cover Creations. And that's how you can find them on Etsy, I believe. So now I decided to go ahead and use that little charm, and I just got one of those little bulb pins and slipped it through the pin, and I'm just gonna slip that pin through a little piece of the fabric at the top of my journal. And I do kind of fiddle with it for a minute, but it eventually settles down. So that little charm says friend, and it's got a blue frame on it, so it's another little blue piece that I'm using in this spread, which it kind of worked out perfect because my daughter's favorite color is blue, and you know, I'm using photos of her, so it just happened to work out. And then I went ahead and grabbed this scrap piece of paper, and I wanted to make a pocket so that I would have a place to tuck some journaling. But I kind of felt like it needed a little something extra too. So I reached for this one's from Stampin' Up, and it is a border template where you can punch your holes to make a little hand-sewn border. But I didn't want to just stitch it straight onto the paper, so this is just a little tin that I keep like lace scraps in, like my fabric scraps, but they're lace. And I just was looking for a little piece I could put on there, and I found one. So I picked out my little border, and I'm going to go ahead and poke my holes with my little template here, and then I'm going to hand stitch them with the same thread that I used to make my little X's on my pictures, my photos. And it was fun to do. I really enjoyed it, and I was thinking the whole time I was doing it, I was like, man, why don't I do this more often? These are actually things that I used when I scrapbooked a lot. I would use them on my scrapbook pages. But I've kind of converted to junk journaling. I will still do a layout every once in a while, a 12 by 12 layout, if it's like an absolutely beautiful photo and I just feel like it deserves a 12 by 12 layout. So here is the close-up, and I'm happy with the way that that looks. And I'm going to go ahead and just glue that down with some Fabri-Tac, just because I felt like it needed Fabri-Tac. And I like the way that that color looks with that illustration and my linen and my my little fabric pieces. So then these are a couple more photos of our dog, Zoe. We have 2 dogs. She's one of them. This dog, she's actually my daughter's dog. She's half lab and half pit bull. And I've always loved labs. And I've never had a pit before, but she is just, I'm just so amazed. She is really an awesome dog. Like, she is wonderful. She's very obedient and smart, and so I'm just gonna journal about how when I go sit on the porch and look at my flowers, or my daughter's out there playing. We have a tree in our front yard that she loves to play on. Zoe, I would bring her out there with me on the leash, and now she's so good that I don't even have to have a leash on her. I'll just open the door and she'll come, and she stays right on the porch, and she just watches her girl play in the tree, and it's just so sweet. And anytime she walks around or gets a little out of bounds, I'll just call her and she comes right away. She's just such a good dog. So I went ahead and I backed those photos on some scrap paper, as you saw, while I was jibber jabbering. And I felt like they needed a little something extra too, so I went ahead and stitched all the way around these photos. And I just did a simple little straight stitch border. I don't know if you can see it or not, but you'll be able to in the close-ups at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and just tape these down with my glue gun, and I really like the way that it turns out. I like the way that it looks, and I just think they're so cute, of her watching my daughter playing in the tree. So yeah, so I'm really happy with that. And then I went ahead and I grabbed some labels because I felt like I wanted to cover up the empty space on the photos and just, you know, decorate it a little bit. And then I'm just going to go ahead and throw some washi down, just, you know, so it doesn't look like it's floating. It's got something to anchor it to the page. These are some October Afternoon label sheet stickers. They're old, but they are my favorite labels of all time because they're like cardstock. I don't know why, I just love those labels. I've got a couple of sheets of them. And then I was like, okay, I can go ahead and use my enamel dots here. And I have not used enamel dots in forever, in a lifetime. Not since I have done a scrapbook layout. So I just used them to decorate the photos a little bit. And then I pulled this little phrase sticker there that says Pure Bliss. And then this sticker sheet, it had some like really cute little scalloped flowers stickers, but they were real tiny, so they went perfect with the enamel dots. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to this illustration here. I just put a little label down. I had to cut it in half. And then that sticker there is super cute. It's just have a little puppy on a scale. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull pull off another little sticker there that says dream. And then I go ahead and I just wrote her name, Zoe, and then I wrote 2021. And then I have this little scrap of antique stationery, letterhead stationery, that I'm going to do my journaling on. And then I also decided to go ahead and put a little word sticker in that label that says Pure Beauty, and a couple of enamel dots and another flower sticker there. And you'll be able to see the close-ups of all of this, because I don't know if you can see it on your phone or not. It might be a little tiny, too tiny. So I go ahead and I do my journaling off camera, and I just fold it up so that the letterhead, you can see the letterhead. And then I'm really happy with the fact that I did not cover up all the writing on the ledger with that, the other side. Because I try to leave some of the writing just because it's part of the beauty of the ledger, you know. And it just makes the page look so pretty. So I went ahead and used this other linen, which went perfect. And I am going to go ahead and do my journaling about my girl Zoe here. And then I think the close-ups are coming next. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit longer than usual, but I didn't do a whole lot, but you know, that took me quite a little while to do. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this challenge. I hope that you give it a try and let me know how you feel about it, and I hope that you guys have a blessed day. I am going on vacation next week, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to get a challenge video out or not. I'm going to try, but if not, I will definitely see y'all the week after next. So y'all have a blessed day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.